Hello, and welcome to A Course in Miracles. We're doing the workbook for students, and we're on lesson 139. Yesterday, we were talking about heaven is a decision that I must make. And today, we're talking about the atonement. And when the Course talks about atonement, it's not using the word atonement, of course, in the normal religious way that you would think of atonement as being some kind of repayment or payment for sin, atoning for sin. For example, many Christians interpret Jesus' death on the cross as an atonement, a blood sacrifice or payment for their sins. But the Course doesn't really mean that when it talks about atonement. The Atonement Principle is the idea, or the truth, actually, that the separation never occurred. And that all that we think of as real is just an illusion, because we are not separate from God. It never happened. And the idea that it did is crazy. It's mad. It's called a silly, mad idea. But we believe it, and everything we see in this world is there to keep the truth from us that this is not really real. That we are not living in a separate life, apart from God, apart from one another. So when it says accepting the atonement for yourself, it's accepting all that means. That this world is not real, and in reality, outside of the dream, we've never left heaven. We're still there. We're still one with God. We haven't left our source. So that's kind of the idea of atonement in the Course in Miracles. And the Course in Miracles talks a lot about the Atonement Principle, especially in the text. I think that we're just beginning to get that particular word in the workbook. We're beginning to look at atonement. So, let's read a little bit. Here is the end of choice. For here we come to a decision to accept ourselves as God created us. So that's the atonement, accepting ourselves as God created us. And what that means is that the way God created us, we still are. We haven't changed. We haven't become bodies, souls living in bodies separate, fallen from the grace of God and all the rest. No, we are still as we were created. So accepting ourselves as God created. That choice. And what is choice except uncertainty of what we are? There is no doubt that is not rooted here in this uncertainty of what we are. Every doubt is rooted there. There is no question, but reflects this one. What am I? There is no conflict that does not entail the single, simple question, what am I? You who could ask this question, except one who has refused to yet who could ask this question except someone who has refused to recognize himself? Only refusal to accept yourself could make the question seem to be sincere. The only thing that can be surely known by any living thing is what it is. From this one point of certainty, it looks out on other things as certain as itself. Or the only part of creation that doesn't know what we are. Uncertainty about what you must be is self-deception on a scale so vast its magnitude can hardly be conceived. To be alive and not to know yourself is to believe that you're really dead. For what is life except to be yourself? And what but you can be alive instead? Who is the doubter? What is it he doubts? Whom does he question? And who can answer him? He merely states that he is not himself, and therefore being something else becomes a questioner of what that something is. Yet he could never be alive at all unless he knew the answer. If he asks as if he does not know, it merely shows he does not want to be the thing that he is. He has accepted it because he lives, has judged against it, and denied its worth, and has decided that he does not know the only certainty by which he lives. So this is basically saying that at some point we decided to deceive ourselves. We saw what we were, this unity with God, this oneness, atonement, this oneness, and we made this decision that we didn't like what we were, so we chose to not know what we are. And that's kind of in the predicament that we're in right now. So by doing this, it says he becomes uncertain of his life. For what it is has been denied by him. It is for this denial that you need atonement. So we've denied that we are the Son of God. We've denied that we are limitless. We've denied that we are one, part of this, everything that is. And it's caused this uncertainty and this questioning of what am I? And it is the atonement principle that's come to set us free and to answer that question for us. Your denial made no change in what you are, but you've split your mind into what does and does not know the truth. So there we have the split mind. Part of the mind, the right mind, knows what we are, knows, has never forgotten. And then the other part does not know the truth. It thinks that it's a separate ego. You are yourself. There is no doubt of this, and yet you doubt it. But you do not ask what part of you can really doubt yourself. That's a good question. What part of me can really doubt myself? It cannot really be a part of you that asks this question. For it asks of one who knows the answer. Were it part of you, then certainty would be impossible. So atonement remedies the strange idea that it is possible to doubt yourself and be unsure of what you really are. This is what the atonement does. This is the depth of madness. Yet it is the universal question of the world. What does this mean except that the world is mad? It's a mad world. Why share its madness in the sad belief that what is universal here is true? And that is a belief that we have, that since we see death everywhere, that it's universal on this planet, in this world, we think that death is true. Because we think that we perceive sin everywhere. We think that sin is true. And that we are sinners, and that we are separated from God, and we deserve to be punished, and all the rest. Because it seems to be universal. But nothing the world believes is true. Nothing the world believes is true. Not one thing. It is a place, the world, whose purpose is to be a home where those who claim they do not know themselves can come to question what it is that they really are. So that's what this world is. It's a place where we can come and question what we really are. And they will come again until the time atonement is accepted. And they learn it is impossible to doubt yourself and to not be aware of what you are. So you see, this whole book is about really knowing, realizing that it's impossible to doubt who we really are, which is the Son of God. One with God, one with each other. Part of this oneness created by the extension of love, sinless. It's impossible to doubt that forever. So, only acceptance can be asked of you, for what you are is certain. It is set forever in the holy mind of God and in your own mind. It is so far beyond all doubts and questions that to ask what it must be is all the proof you need to show that you believe the contradiction, that you know not what you cannot fail to know. Is this a question or a statement which denies itself in statement? Let us not allow our holy minds to occupy themselves with senseless musings such as this. We have a mission here. We did not come to reinforce the madness that we once believed in, that we've been talking about. This whole egoic thought system is madness. Let us not forget the goal that we accepted. It is more than just our happiness alone we came to gain. What we accept as what we are proclaims what everyone must be along with us. Fail not, your brothers. We're not in this alone, which was the last, we're not healed alone. But our brothers and sisters are healed with us when we accept the Atonement Principle. That's our mission here, to accept the atonement for ourselves. What we accept as what we are proclaims what everyone must be along with us. Fail not your brothers, or you fail yourself. So look lovingly on them, that they may know that they are part of you and you of them. This does atonement teach, and it demonstrates the oneness of God's Son is unassailed by his belief that he knows not what he is. Today, this day, we accept atonement, not to change reality, not to say that what's bad is now good, or to say what was separate is now one, or to say that we're back in heaven, or none of this. But it's just the truth. It's merely to accept the truth about yourself. Not that, oh, now we're new creatures in Christ, we were sinners, but no. Accepting what we've always been and never have changed from. So, to accept atonement does not change reality. It merely accept the truth about ourselves and go our way rejoicing in the endless love of God. It's as simple as that. Friends, dear friends, it's as simple as that. To accept the truth about ourselves. You're holy. You're beautiful. You are an extension of God. All these truths. And then go your way rejoicing in the endless love of God. It is but this that we are asked to do. It is but this that we will do today. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to accept the truth about ourselves, and we're going to go our way rejoicing in the endless love of God. 5 minutes in the morning and at night we will devote to dedicate our minds to our assignments for today. So here they are. We start with this review of what our mission is. Here's our mission. I will accept atonement for myself, for I remain as God created me. I haven't changed. I'm just as holy, just as righteous, just as one. I am the will of God. All that. I haven't changed. I remain as God created me. We have not lost the knowledge that God gave to us when he created us like him. We can remember it for everyone. For in creation are all minds as one. That's why we can remember it for everyone. And I think I've heard it said before that was the way some people describe Jesus, as someone who woke up and remembered in his life who we are, all of us. But he didn't remember that for just himself. He remembered it for everyone. And then he showed us what it looks like, what we look like. I like that. We can remember it for everyone, for in creation all minds are one, and in our memory is the recall how dear our brothers are to us in truth, how much a part of us is every mind, how faithful they have really been to us, how faithful our brothers and sisters have really been to us. We think sometimes we've been betrayed and stuff. And how our Father's love contains them all. So in thanks for all creation in the name of its Creator and his oneness with all aspects of creation, we repeat our dedication to our cause today, each hour, as we lay aside all thoughts that would distract us from the holy aim. For several minutes, let your mind be cleared. So we're going to wait several minutes. Let our mind be cleared from all the foolish cobwebs which the world would weave around the Holy Son of God, and learn the fragile nature of the chains that seem to keep the knowledge of yourself apart from your awareness as you say, I will accept atonement for myself, for I remain as God created me. Awesome. Such a good thought. The heart of, it starts out saying, this is the one decision. Once we've made this choice, it's the end of choices. To accept the atonement for ourselves. All of our doubt is rooted here, it says. There's no question but reflects this one. Who am I? Remembering who I am and accepting it. So that's our goal today. May we accomplish that goal. Thank you so much for spending this time with me in the Workbook of A Course in Miracles. And I think about you throughout the day, and I just reach out to you in peace and love and joy. And I'm glad to be getting to know that I am one with everything, including you. So aloha, love to you, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.